Hi everyone, it's me, Miss You, and I'm going to go and start on the heart cam. I'm going to start off with our variables, and I'm going to add a variable. Our first variable, of course, is going to be D, and we're going to call it 2 inches. Our next variable is going to be H, and we're going to call that 0.25 inches. Our next variable is going to be E, and we're going to call that 0.25 inches. Great, so let's close it. Now we're going to go to the front view. We're going to go to a sketch, and there's many different ways to do a heart. How we are going to do a heart is with 3 circles, and you see there's actually 4 circles. You can see by the center points, 3 inside the heart and 1 outside the heart. So we're going to start off by creating a circle, and we want our circle to go through the center point. There we go. And we're going to have a radius or a diameter of d over 2. Or a radius of d over 4, but d over, this is our diameter. And the distance from the center to the edge, let's go from the y-axis to the center. That distance is going to be d over 5. Great. And the distance of the circle, the center of the circle to the x-axis is going to be d over 8. Great. And we are all set with our circle is nicely placed. We're going to now create a second circle. And it's going to be similar dimensions. So let me just, from the center point, or from the line to the center point, this is going to be d over 5. Great. And the distance from the center point to the x-axis is going to be d over 8. And the last dimension, of course, is the diameter of the circle, which is going to be, the radius is d over 4. That means the diameter is twice the radius, so it's going to be d over 2. Great. And our start of the heart is doing great. We're now going to create another circle along, we're going to put it right over here. And the distance from there we go, from the center to the center is going to be d, and it's 9 times d, divided by 20. Okay, there's many ways you could write it, but that's how I wrote it. And the diameter of the circle is d over 5. Okay, the radius is d over 10. 2 d over 10 plus d over 10 ends up being d over 5. The last step that we're going to do is we're going to create two lines that are tangent. And we're going to start one off over here. And I'm going to put it right in the middle. And I'm going to use the tangent constraint. I'm doing the circle and the line, and it's now tangent. I'm going to do the circle and the line over here, and those are tangent. I'm going to create another line. And just going to draw it right there. And I'm going to use the tangent. I'm going to make them tangent. That means the line just touches the circle. Great. And now I'm going to do the line and this circle, and they should be tangent, and everything's nicely constrained. We have one more circle to do, and that is on the outside of the heart. I'm going to do a circle. Let me go over here. And there we have it. We should be tangent. Let me go here. I'm going to great. And the dimension of that circle, I do not see it here. I'm just going to start trimming, and we'll see if we could figure out that dimension. Just keep clipping away. Great. And so we have our circle. I'm going to just dimension. So our circle is done. We now have to create the hole, which is going to be a rectangle. That's a 1/4 inch. And we're going to call it H. Right. Now I'm going to end the sketch. We are going to extrude it. By E. And let's look at the isometric. And here it is. Very nice.